on to Orlando, Florida, the bounce house, home of the UCF Knights. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the UCF Knights offense will go on the attack first. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David, with the question. And they even stop it.
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I'll bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes, and so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Knights will punt this one away. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. Makes the catch at the 35. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. So Georgia's offense has the ball for the first time. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down. He started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David. Up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost position.
There he goes. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. The give to the tailback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Dogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on 2nd down. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Wide open downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to him on the ground. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. No good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They go to the ground. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The Knights with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wideout. Unloads quickly. Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Hits the afterburners. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
I like the adjustments from this offense from first possession to second. Like first possession, you can tell maybe a little bit nervous, maybe just not starting the way they wanted to, didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together, a good response from punting last drive.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Going for 6. Touchdown, Knights! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Off-play action on 1st down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Georgia lining up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Looking for room. It's McNabb. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Knights can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
This play works for one reason. You toss the ball quickly to the left, receivers have to block. Once that running back gets on the perimeter, you're going nowhere if those receivers aren't committed to getting on those DBs, locking on them, running their feet. That's not their first priority. I know they're going to catch the ball more than they're going to block. Nice job blocking on that toss.
He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28th. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Knights are rolling down the field. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. 42. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
One of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
Reads it, fires complete. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, UCF!
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field, too. Huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. FIU is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over Air Force. Just another week of Conference USA football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for... He's going to throw deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. 2nd down coming up.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Wide receiver comes in motion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Here's the return. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Past the 45. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw again. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollock, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the honey badger before the honey badger, but playing D-line. All time.
Couldn't quite make the connection, now staring at a third down. A run for the quarterback. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Pulls and fires complete. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
It's simple, but it's not easy. You know, you miss on these throws and you see the ball not go near the wide receiver, but a lot of times it has to do with the bottom half of a quarterback. And are his feet set where now he can start to move towards where he wants to throw the football? And you could tell his feet weren't set. He was drifting a little bit.
Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Makes the grab. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Knights will go for it on fourth down. They'll move the wide receiver. Calls his own number. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Here's first and goal, and they could go to the locker room with a huge cushion. Finds his big tight end. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
So they're on the 1-yard line. The incomplete pass on second down. Maybe you just try to drive it in on the ground this time. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. This is a really big play for both teams. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Knights! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
Yeah, and it's 4th and goal, and it's go time. I got to push people around. Look at the offensive line doing a really good job getting those guys moved back, creating a little hole for the running back, and he does the rest on 4th and goal and gets the touchdown.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. It's complete on the right side. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Camarda. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Dogs want to crank the tempo. Got to get everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. looking to fire. Pressure coming. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
Georgia, 7.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got him downfield. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Larson. On the move to his left. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. Just enough time for one final play of the half.
Let's go! Let's go!
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, one half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Orlando. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. With that said, let's send it back to the guys inside the bounce house.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Knights will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Trying to get the corner. Finds a little space. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll give it to the back. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Try to get it to the edge. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the big tackle.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Knights are on the move. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Right on the money. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And you can tell that the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. He might want another play. On 4th down, going to the air. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. And it's complete at the 6. Defense right there, but now they're backed up with a goal-to-go situation. The Knights will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. It's complete. He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, UCF! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Maddox. They stop him just a leak or 2 short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And the Bulldogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Trying play action. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They're working that left side, and they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter.
Brings up second down.
We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So the final period starts with a second down play. Corners are walked up tight. To the ground with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, this offense, man, they just continue to struggle, man. They need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're
turning it on. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Really nice resiliency by the running back. Sometimes you just got to be able to turn the page, right? You have a tackle for loss the previous play, they give it right back to you, and you make the defense pay. Good vision, good athleticism picking up that first. Why not give it to him again?
Makes the catch. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number one. Understand it. Late in the game now, up by multiple scores. I'm playing my defense a little bit different. Can't give up the big plays. Time is on my side.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays, but he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic.
Well, this offense needed a touchdown. No doubt that was the guy the QB was going to be looking for on that play.
So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Wants to fire on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Trying to give them some room to work with. Stopped just short of the 20. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 19. The Knights are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Zings it complete to the right. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
On the move. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. So going for it on 4th down is one thing. Quite another to say we're going to run it for a couple.
Yeah, that's impressive because that was a long 2 yards. And I think there are a lot of coaching staffs out there that would have probably tried.
There he goes. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Under fire. A little screen to the running back. Still on his feet at the 45. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Knights with the 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. He wants to throw it again. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And I like where the quarterback got because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his run.
This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. He stopped at the 19-yard line. A big play there to get the pick and take it back inside the 20. Looking downfield on 1st down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up in tempo. They're ready to do it again.
And that's a missed opportunity. I mean, he had him open. He could have thrown that football maybe with just a little bit more touch. He had plenty of mustard on it. You can see he threw a bullet. But sometimes when those guys are wide open, you see quarterbacks just, they try to aim it a little bit too much, and it'll come up short.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better?
He lobs one high down the left side. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Georgia! And here they come, almost all the way back.
This offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Trailing by a touchdown here in the 4th. They'll try to get it back with the onside kick. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting 1st down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's
breaks into the open. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
I know you took a loss on 1st down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against...
Looking for the end zone, and he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Knights! They extend this lead, and it looks looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
Personal foul. Roughing the kick. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This quarterback has to stay calm, cool, and collected and drive his team down for a score late in the 4th. Bring in the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Now the play fake. He wants a big play here late. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
Roughing the passer. Defense.
What a costly mistake by this defense, and that really ought to do it. And the offense should be able to run out the clock. So they'll get a fresh set of downs thanks to that roughing the passer penalty. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the rush will get to him at the 25. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. He's looking downfield to throw. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
That's caught. It's Smith. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.